Hey guys, welcome to my backup channel. My supplemental videos for sometimes I make for, the main videos over in backwaters and back roads. So we are going to pop up the Firesteel for a ways. I don't know if we'll go to the very end or as far as it's navigable, but who knows? I mean, I've heard it goes for miles and miles, but we're definitely going to pop up here and, go for a while, go around a few bends and just kind of check it out. I don't think I've ever shown you guys. I mean, it's one of the bigger rivers here in the area. So yeah, let's check it out. We got about 5 feet of depth, which is plenty. This is one of those rivers where I always imagine bringing the barge and just and towing this boat, and then just coming up here, finding a good little spot to drop anchor. It's always nice and protected up here from the lake and the wind, and just kind of home base it out of here for a while. And then, when you feel like fishing or going exploring, you just take take this boat, take the Scout, and go do your thing. And you can always come back and you're going to have a nice, comfortable home base, which is what I'm trying to turn the barge into. Feels like it's taken forever, and today I should probably be working on it, but there's always this pull, probably like this for everybody. What do you do with a day? You go exploring, you go play, or do you get some work done? And I guess today I chose to go play. But I do too much of that, and that's why these projects are taking so long. It's the dilemma, first world problems. You watching for deadheads? What you looking for there, Wavy Gravy? We just went around the first bend, and that corner got up to about 10 feet of depth. Yeah, this would be such a peaceful place to come and just drop anchor on the barge, on the mothership, whatever you got, your floating cabin. Got a little seasonal creek right there. This would be a nice little corner to probably drop anchor and get a little shade underneath that big tree there. 7 feet of depth. If you look at a map, I'll show you a map while I'm making this video. I call them rebel ports. I know you guys have heard me call them that again if you watch my channel. And I always, this summer, I hope to do this, summer and fall, at some point when I get kind of all the ducks in a row, I'd like to launch out of Ontonagon with the barge towing the fishing machine here, and just popping into all these little ports, these little rebel ports. Like the first one leaving Ontonagon going this direction would be the Firesteel, what we're on right now, and then pop around the corner and pull into the Sleeping River. And it's more or less the same size as the Firesteel here. It might be a little smaller. I don't think you can go quite as far up as the Firesteel, but it definitely usually is big enough. You can slip over the bar and then you can find a refuge in there. And then go around the corner and go to Misery Bay. And the Misery River is roughly the same size as the Firesteel here. If you can get over the bar, which you usually can, then you can go up there for miles and miles as well. And then from Misery Bay, I guess you would go, it'd be a little treacherous. You'd have to pick a good day and go up past Frida. There might be another river. I've looked really close at a map, and I think I've seen maybe a river that's big enough, I guess depending on the year, to pull a boat in if it's a shallow draft as well. Maybe we'll find that out this summer. But, most likely keep going and just get to the Houghton Hancock Channel, and then, you got a whole world in there to explore. And if you're going to keep going up the Keweenaw on the, I guess you call it the west side of the the west side of the Keweenaw, then that starts to get tricky too. There's long stretches where you would be exposed to the lake. And I think you might, depending on the year, I've seen it before from land, where you can pull into Eagle River, I think. Yeah, I've seen it where, I've actually looked at it. I've gotten out in my car and looked at it and be like, I could get the barge over that, So I don't know if it's year round. It might be one of these things where it depends on the conditions and the rain and stuff like that. But, and then you would keep going up, and you would start to find some places that might be some harbor, well, then Eagle Harbor, that's a year-round safe port to get into. And then you would keep going, and there would be a few other spots you could duck in behind some rocks if you knew what you're doing, some big islands, I guess you call them. And then you would eventually get to Copper Harbor, and there's, endless places to get in there and be protected from the lake and the weather. And then you could keep going, and you go to Manitou. And then you can go around the Keweenaw and start coming back down and get into, I never pronounce this right, I don't know if I ever will, but Betagris, something like that, the lake there and the channel. And then you keep ducking down the east side of the Keweenaw, the back side of it, and there is some other little rivers I've seen, and maybe we'll explore them. I guess I would just love to take a good 2 or 3 weeks and just do exactly what I'm describing to you guys. And just pop into every little nook and cranny that's possible, and take our time, until we eventually get back to the other side of the Houghton Hancock Channel, and then we would just come back in the channel and come back to Ontonagon. So it'd be a wonderful loop. It looks like we got about 3 feet here. We're back to 4 feet. Got a little deadhead right there. Wavy, you're supposed to tell me about the deadheads. I didn't hear a peep out of you. Yeah, just keeps going, guys. 7 feet. What a cool place. A little world back here. We got another big bend here. About 6 feet of water. Coming up to 10 feet. These bends, I guess, get washed out, and that'd be typical river behavior probably. Get little holes around the bends on the, what would it be, the insides or the outsides, or depending on where the sediment is building up. Now look at this, guys. It just keeps going and going. Love it. Got a really tight bend. This is almost like more than a 90. (11 feet). I did have a couple spots right back there that came up to under 3 feet, about 2.5 feet. Actually, right now we're just hovering below 3 feet. So. And I'm starting to see some deadheads in the water there. They're just right under the surface, so might not go too much farther here. Got another hole right back there on that bend, about 11 feet. Looks like there's actually a little beach up here, kind of a steep one, but maybe it'll be a good place to stop. Just nudged her up on this beach, guys. Pretty calm out here. I'm eating some tuna. And of course that got the beagle's attention. Well, guys, that is, well, part of the Firesteel River. It actually goes for a long ways deep into the UP, and it has at least a couple of branches. I want to say there's like a west branch, an east branch. I know for sure there's a couple branches. But yeah, the mouth of it here at Lake Superior You know, I could keep going. I have a boat, a little 12-footer. They're probably better to, you know, to keep going up. And maybe we'll do that this summer, you know. You never know what's going to happen. But I think this is as far as I want to go today with the Sportsman. So I'm going to have some lunch here and relax for a few minutes, and then we'll meander our way back down to Lake Superior, and we're going to keep going up the coast, and we're going to keep looking for driftwood, keep making the video that is the main one on backwaters and back roads. If you're here and you somehow got here without coming through my main channel, I will link it in the description below. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming along. This is the first couple miles of the Firesteel River, so very pretty place. Be fun to come up here and anchor the barge and just kind of home base it out of here for a while. So, okay, I'll catch you later.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet. You know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstores sell. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. The heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script into number two. A movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. I never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet. The stories always end. If you read between the lines, you'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you lack. I never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back.